Now are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we are going to study about sentence structure. This is a part of the functional English grammar for you. So we need to know what is a sentence and how many types of sentences are there, and what makes a sentence, what is the difference between a sentence and a phrase. All these things are very much necessary for spoken English as well. So grammar actually is an advanced form of learning a language. In the initial stages, like I have been telling you, like how you have been learning your mother tongue, you are not taught grammar at the beginning, isn't it? That you have to use this form of the sentence, past tense, present tense, plural, singular, subject verb, agreement. All these things are not taught to you as a as an infant. So this learning of a language is a part of I mean, grammar is a part of learning a language. Actually, I tell it as an advanced level of learning, wherein when you are learning it as a second language, it is essential for you. Here we'll learn about what a sentence is, what it means, how many types are there, and I will give some examples for each sentence. Then you will, each sentence type, then you will understand what are they. Okay. Sentence means a set of words that is complete in itself. You will get a complete meaning in the sentence. These are the group of words which make complete sense. It is containing of a subject, verb, predicate, all these things. It conveys a statement, a question, and a command also, an exclamation, a command, an exclamation, a question, a statement is there in a sentence. It consists of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. So, how will you define it now? Sometimes you also have to define it as a sentence means a set of words that is complete, typically containing a subject and a predicate. It conveys a statement, exclamation, or command. It consists of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. Basic word order is subject, verb, and object. Like I drink water. I here is the I here is the subject, and drink is the verb, and water is the object. Understand? So basic word order is subject, verb, and object. Then we go to the types of sentences. Compound complex sentence. First we'll start with simple sentence. Sentence. Compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex sentence. These are the four types of sentences that we are going to study. We'll go with the first one, the simple sentence. A simple sentence has the most basic elements. This has the most basic elements that make a sentence: a subject, a verb, and a completed thought. Examples of simple sentence are I am happy. It looks like a phrase, you know, but it has a thought, a complete thought in it. I am happy. Robert doesn't eat meat. We'll go with the same kind of sentences in four types of sentences, so it gets easier for you to understand. Okay. I am happy. It makes a complete sentence. Robert doesn't eat meat. My brother and I went to the mall last night. This new laptop computer has already crashed twice. Okay, these are some of the simple sentences. They are complete, they are giving you a meaning. I am happy. It doesn't need any more explanation. It is giving the complete thought. The subject is there and the verb is there and it has a complete thought in it. I am happy. Robert doesn't eat meat. It is telling about what Robert do. Doesn't like to eat meat. He doesn't eat meat. My brother and I went to the mall last night. It is telling you it in a simple sentence. This new laptop computer has already crashed twice. This is also a complete simple sentence. Now we'll go to the compound sentence. A compound sentence has two independent clauses joined by a linking word and, but, or, so, yet, however. Compound sentences have two independent clauses. They are joined by a linking word, sometimes and, sometimes but, or, so, yet, however. Each independent clause could be a sentence by itself, but we cannot connect them, but we connect them in with a linking word. I'm happy, but my kids are always complaining. I am happy, but this is a compound sentence. It is saying, but my kids are always complaining. It is telling you more about the state of thought, that it is having compound sentence with two independent clauses. But it is using but is used in the sentence. We connect with them with linking words, isn't it? So Robert does not eat meat. So Barbara made a special vegetarian dish for him. This is giving the information in another independent clause. My brother and I went to the mall last night, but we did not buy anything. But we did not buy anything. It is elaborating on the simple sentence. This new laptop has already crashed twice and I have no idea why. So this is having, we have to note that each sentence has two subject and two verb phrases. I am happy, but my kids are always complaining. I and my kids are the two subjects over here. And then we have two verb phrases also. Happy, complaining. Understand? Then we have complex sentences. Complex sentence has one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. A dependent clause cannot be a complete sentence by itself. What is the rule of that? Here, in the compound sentence, we have two independent clauses but they are joined by a linking word. Okay. In the complex sentence, we have one independent clause and in one another dependent clause. One or more dependent clauses are there. A dependent clause cannot be a complete sentence by itself. So we need to add it by the main sentence. I am happy even though I do not make much money. We can define a complex sentence by this same statement. How we elaborate on that? Complete complex sentence becomes like this. I am happy even though I do not make much money. Here, in the compound sentence, we gave, but my kids are always complaining. I am happy even though I do not make much money. We are having one independent clause and another dependent clause. Robert, a friend I have known since high school, does not eat meat. A friend I have known since high school in itself is not a complete sentence. It's a complex sentence having one independent and one dependent. I am happy even though I do not make much money. Robert school does not eat meat. I went to the mall last night. What did we do in the complex sentence? We made it. First one, I and my brother went to a mall last night. My brother and I went to the mall last night was a simple sentence. Now the complex sentences, after getting home from work, my brother and I went to the mall last night. You are making some more uh, clearance in the complex sentence. This new laptop, which I bought yesterday, has already crashed twice. Then we'll go to compound complex sentence and see the difference over there. A compound complex sentence contains three or more clauses, two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. I am happy even though I do not make much money, but my kids are always complaining since we can't afford to buy the newest toys. This is a compound complex sentence. Independent clauses, I am happy. My kids are complaining. These are independent clauses. Dependent clauses are, even though I do not make much money, and since we cannot afford to buy the newest toys, are the dependent clauses. Linking words. Linking words, word but. Robert, a friend I have known since high school, does not eat meat. So Barbara made a special vegetarian dish for him, is the independent clause. Robert doesn't eat meat and Barbara made a special vegetarian dish for him. Then the dependent clause is a friend I have known since high school. The linking word is so here. The linking word is so. After getting home from work, my brother and I Went to the mall last night while my sister stayed home and studied. Linking word but. Robert, a friend I have known since high school, does not eat meat, so Barbara made a special vegetarian dish for him. Is the by adding the word but, and here in the second instance by adding the word so. The new laptop computer which I bought yesterday has already crashed twice. However, I have no idea why. Here, independent clauses is this new laptop computer has already crashed twice, is one, and I have no idea. Dependent clauses which I bought yesterday. And here, the linking word is however. Okay, so these are the four types of sentences that we have. This is called the sentence structure. I want to repeat it once more so that it gets clear to you. A simple sentence has the most basic elements that make a sentence. You all know that. A subject, a verb, and a completed thought. I am happy. Robert doesn't eat meat. My brother and I went to the mall last night. Okay, this new laptop computer has already crashed twice. These are the types or the examples of a simple sentence. And then we have the compound sentence. A compound sentence has two independent clauses joined by linking word and but or so yet however. Each independent clause could be a sentence by itself, but connect them with a linking word. I am happy, but my kids are always complaining. But you will see the same in the complex sentences, even though I do not make much money, is the complex sentence. Then compound complex sentence says for the same example, even though I do not make much money, and since we do not afford to buy the newest toys, it becomes here the dependent clause is added. The dependent clause is there. I'm happy, but my kids are always complaining. It is the independent clause. Joe waited for the train, but the train was late. Here, but is added. Linking word. I looked for Mary and Samantha at the bus station, but they arrived at the station before noon and left on the bus before I arrived. Mary and Samantha arrived at the bus station before noon and they left on the bus before I arrived. Mary and Samantha left on the bus before I arrived, so I did not see them at the bus station. These are a bit of confusing statements. Go with the ones that I gave you. Then a phrase is a related group of words. There are many different types of phrases and clauses. The first step to identifying the different types, though, is to understand the difference between a phrase and a clause. A phrase is a related group of words. The words work together as a unit, but they do not have a subject and a verb. Phrases and clauses. Daddy bula rahe hain. The boy on the bus. We are not getting any complete meaning from this sentence. It's just a phrase. The boy on the bus. It's a noun phrase. Will be running. It's a verb phrase because it is signifying of an action. In the earlier one, the boy is the subject, the noun of the phrase. So it's a noun phrase. Bus is an also an object. In the kitchen, prepositional phrase. In the, very quickly, ly, adverbial phrase, adverb phrase. Martha and Jan, noun phrase. These are the types of phrases. And then we have a clause, is a group of words that does have both a subject and a verb. But they do not express a complete thought. Another word for dependent is subordinate. A clause is a group of words that does have both a subject and a verb. Understand this. Clauses, phrases and clauses. Phrases, they are, a phrase is a related group of words. The words work together as a unit, but they do not have a subject and a verb. But a clause is a group of words that does have both a subject and a verb. Some clauses are independent, meaning that they express a complex thought. An independent clause is the same as a complex sentence. Some complex sentences are dependent, meaning that they cannot stand alone. They do not have a subject and a verb, but they do not express a complete thought. Another word for dependent is a subordinate. Dependent clause is a subordinate clause. Dependent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and verb but does not express a complete thought. A dependent clause cannot be a sentence. Often, a dependent clause is marked by a dependent marker word. When Jim studied in the sweet shop for his chemistry quiz, what happened he studied when he studied? The thought is incomplete, isn't it? When Jim studied in the sweet shop for his chemistry quiz, here the spelling is, what did he study over there? It's not complete. A dependent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb but does not express a complete thought. A dependent clause cannot be a sentence. Often, a dependent clause is marked by a dependent marker word. A small group of words standing together as a conceptual unit. You can call a phrase also like this, typically forming a component of a clause. We talked about the noun phrase and adverbial phrase, verb phrase, and all. A noun phrase can be a single noun or a group of words built around a single noun. Noun and any other words in the sentence that modify it. Words that can modify nouns include articles a and the, adjectives, particles, participles, and possessive pronouns. The yellow house is for sale. Noun phrase is NP. It can be a single noun or a group of words built around a single noun. A yellow house. It is not a complete sentence. Is for sale. Then you come to know the meaning of it. The glistening snow covered the field. I want a skateboard. A skateboard in itself is not complete. Should we buy the yellow house? A question mark. Pooja gave the little boy a candy. Statement. And noun and can be a subject. A noun phrase can be a direct object. A noun phrase can be the object of a preposition. And noun phrase can be an indirect object also. Here, noun phrase as an object is the yellow house, a skateboard, the little boy. I want a skateboard. It is a direct object you are referring to. Noun phrase as a direct object. Raghu rode on. It's written in red. That's why a skateboard. It's a proposition. Panishwar lives in the yellow house. Noun phrase as object of a preposition. Panishwar lives in the yellow house. Pooja gave the little boy a candy. Indirect object. Okay. So these are the examples of the types of phrases. Noun phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase. Hmm, did we discuss about the adverb phrase? No? We'll go to that. Phrases and clauses. Phrase means a small group of words standing together as a concept unit. Phrases means Phrase means a small group of words standing together as a concept unit. Blow up, call off, find out. give up, give away was make up. Yes, all of you take this lab syllabus. Lab topics. Cow. Hello, students.
सैंडविच खा जाओ
Yes, students, are you all there? Yes, take these lab topics, all of you. First lab is your introduction to ELCS lab and call lab and ICS lab.
Ma'am, share screen is not visible, ma'am.
Share screen is not there. Let me check. Some have written in chat. You didn't share the screen. Attendance can't be able to see lab files, madam. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing. You either take the screenshot of it, not this one. Is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
No, what happened? Okay, what I'll do, I'll share this in the group. Okay, since it is not being shared, I don't know what glitch has happened in my laptop. It's looking blank when I'm trying to open. Yeah, now I got it. I got it. Can you see it?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, what I'm thinking would be good is I'll share it in the group. Let me discuss first with you what you have to do with that. Okay. So in the first worksheet, if you have paper and pen with you, take your paper and pen, and I'll tell you what to do with that. And did you see in the group that D1 to E6, I think, 16 members, E6 have to give me their details. When I gave you the green book, I think time was not sufficient for you to fill the details of yours. So you couldn't do it. but I have to submit that book soon. So please complete those details and send it to me on my mail. I gave you the mail ID also. Try to do it at the earliest. If you can do it today, it will be good for me so that I can fill it tomorrow in the book itself. Actually, I'm on the leave because on a leave because I'm not feeling well, but I'm taking the class because nobody else is available to take the class. So in the first worksheet, you will write introduction to phonetics. Hello, are you all taking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So when I So we have completed introduction to phonetics. You listening to the sounds, vowels and consonants. You did this in your lab, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And describing a person or a place or thing using relevant adjectives. Did you do this one?
We did, ma'am.
Okay. So this and this, I'll share the content. No, that time you will be, it will be clear to you. So each topic, that is, they are putting 1 2 1 2 call ELCS, one call, one ELCS. Will make 1 week's worksheet. Okay. So like that, introduction to phonetics, listening to sounds, you put it as second one. Describing a person, place, or a thing using relevant adjectives and giving a feedback. It is there in the physical lab. So you don't have to write the feedback in the worksheet. Okay, so what are the things that are needed? What are the adjectives? If you write this topic in Google, you will get very nice pictures and very nice topic, relevant content. Introduction to phonetics also you might have studied there, so you know it well, how to write it. Okay, then introduction to stress, uses of stress. So each week you will do like this: minimizing mother tongue influence, starting a conversation, developing or closing appropriately using fixed expressions. If you are in a meeting with somebody, if you are in a gathering, small gathering, large gathering, or if you meet some other new person, how will you start a conversation? If for example we are waiting in an interview room, we just can't be staring at each other's face and just will be half an hour, will not be waiting like that. We'll start some conversation, isn't it? So how to start that, how to take the initiative to start a conversation with anybody? Developing and closing appropriately using fixed expressions. Like if you start the conversation, you start with say hello, good afternoon, good morning, like this kind. You will not abruptly jump, why have you come over here, things like that. Okay, and also closing the statement, closing the conversation also: nice meeting you, nice having a chat with you, nice having a discussion with you, I felt good, you made my day, things like that you have to use. So those are there in the software that we have. Then the six lab 6 week worksheet is pronunciation practice through tongue twisters. So in the lab we have. Then we did role play in the virtual lab yesterday. That is on Saturday. So we have completed with the role play. In the class, when you come back, we'll practice all these things. We'll not do this role play and giving directions, jam session, all these things we have completed in the class, right? So we'll concentrate more on the software that is provided to us. So we'll watch the videos concerning this tongue twisters, pronunciation practice, all these things. We have around 60 computers in our lab, so it is not going to be any problem. You will sit there for the whole period. Next time we have a lab, I hope there is no holiday next lab. Is there? So we'll do all these things, those things that we could not do because of the Saturday holidays. So but we'll write the worksheets and keep them ready, and I will sign them also, and I will award marks on them. Okay, and we'll keep it ready. Once they tell us to upload, when it is enabled to us, we'll keep on uploading it. About your worksheets, I heard only 10 are there. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what you do, you make some 12 first page things. Or when you come back to, is there any chance of coming back to the college after 30th? 30th? Are you coming to classes in February?
No information about that, ma'am.
Are there any chances of offline classes?
Don't know, madam.
Okay. So then you do this only. We have 12 labs. So you get 10 papers. I think you used 2, 3 papers are there, no? So 10 first pages you get photocopied, and the rest you can use A4 size papers, plain papers you can use. First page only, where you are writing the lab name, everything, the label page, you get photocopy, that is Xerox. What do you call it? Xerox. You keep it ready. Okay, 12 of them, and use it
Okay,
for the
ma'am.
first page. There, your name, roll number, number of experiment. Okay, the topics of experiments. All these things are there, no? So you can fill that for each lab. So till now, according to the schedule, we have completed 6 labs, isn't it? But we could not do the other call lab activities, which we are going to do in the coming week, uh, like listening to world renowned public speakers. This you can do it at home. Listening to world renowned public speakers like Steve Jobs, or this famous Bill Gates, uh, some of the Indian speakers also. Uh, this Pillai, no? Google. One Pilla is there, no? CEO of Google. Any motivational speakers, renowned public speakers, you can listen. Vivekananda's is also very, very good. The best, I like the best one is about Vivekananda's. Uh, we even have it in our software. If you want, you can listen to that, or you can if you want to at home, you listen to this renowned public speeches. They will motivate you a lot, and your English will also improve. So we ask our students to take some 20 important words, or 10, 20 new words that you found in the speech. So so that you can use them to know their meanings, and also use them in your daily vocabulary. in your daily life. So those words will become yours. That's how you will increase your vocabulary. Remember, when I taught you, your listening vocabulary, your speaking, your reading, your writing vocabulary, I talked to you the types of vocabulary. So this will feed in yourself in the speaking